Hello one, hello all, and welcome to another episode of the SmithSquad Podcast. This is, oh my god, that was a little too, I would say, a little too professional. I try to keep it unprofessional because, I don't know, when it sounds like hello and welcome to the SmithSquad Podcast, it just doesn't sound real. I don't know what you guys think, but I think that just doesn't sound real to me. So instead, we're just gonna do the old normal me rambling. But I actually have important stuff to talk about at the start of this video, which is probably why a lot of you are clicking right now. You're like, oh my god, really weird title, Fight of Patrick's Channel or something. So I will talk about that right at the start. So basically what this podcast is going to be is this is going to be a solo episode, just me talking. We've had 3 people in the last 3 weeks, so we're going to do a solo episode. And basically what this episode is going to start off with is a lot to do with my channel. There's been a lot of changes recently that have happened with my channel, some unfortunate things, but hopefully some things that will end up being for the best. So that's going to be that. We're going to get right into that. But before we do that, we're going to hit you guys with an ad. Okay, so kind of an ad. All right, so this episode of the SmithSquad Podcast is brought to you by my Patreon. So basically, guys, how this works, okay, I need to go to my Patreon profile. So what Patreon is basically, Patreon is a way for you guys to donate to me. So how Patreon works is you send a donation over, and the more you donate, the more you get. So if you donate $3 a month, you get special updates and information, like, you know, what videos are coming out on my channel in advance and like when to prepare for everything. $5 in advance, I'll add you on either PSN or Xbox Live as a friend. For $10 a month, you can actually submit a question to the podcast with the potential to be on it. Very likely, unless it's like the stupidest question ever, like, do you sit down when you pee or something like that. But basically, you can submit a question that'll be answered on the podcast. For $50, you can, if you donate more than $50, we can do a Skype hangout once a month for $30, for 30 minutes. $100 is basically like we get to play a game one-on-one for an hour, and then for $250, it's basically like an advertisement deal on my channel. So now that's basically how that works. So I just wanted to just throw that out there at the beginning, and now I need to explain why I threw that out there. So where to begin, guys? We've had an interesting month with the whole YouTube. So December 17th, my YouTube channel received a strike on 4 videos on the grounds for spam. I had uploaded 4 videos in April, I believe, April or March of 2012. So keep in mind that's almost 2 years ago, and had used misleading tags to inflate my views. Now, that is true. I truthfully did do that. It was at a time when that was an acceptable thing within the YouTube community. Everybody did it. I'm not saying it was right, but I did it, and I accept responsibility for that. So I received 4 flags. Now, I had realized, the whole community of YouTube had realized that that's something you can't do anymore, and I thought I had cleared all my tags out, and I was just stupid, and I must have missed a few videos because someone came along to my YouTube channel, flagged me. I got 4 flags, and I got a strike. So that was what happened December 17th. Now that was all sorted out. I was like, all right, we're good. I got a strike, but if as long as I don't get any more, my channel will be fine in 6 months, and all will be well. So what comes along December 23rd? My channel got terminated. Now I made a podcast talking about that, saying that all is well with that. So I'm sure if you watched that previous episode, I believe it was 33 or 34. I think it was 33. Basically, I just kind of talked about my channel getting shut down and all that stuff. And so if you didn't watch that, though, my channel got shut down for 2 hours, I want to say. Maybe even less than that. But basically, I don't know why this happened, but my channel got shut down for 2 hours, terminated. And I managed to get it back up through the help of Novera HD. He's another YouTuber. And that was kind of just what happened. Excuse me, I'm very sick, if you couldn't tell. Basically, lost my channel, got it back. And all seemed to be well, so I continued making videos through December and continued making videos through to, well, at this point, it's about a week ago. So I guess like January 28th. And on that day, I received an email from YouTube saying, hey, we're actually going to disable monetization on your videos. Now, for you guys, directly, that doesn't mean anything, because basically what that means in latent terms is there's no more advertisements on my videos. So really directly for you guys, you should probably be rejoicing like, yes, now I don't have to watch ads on Patrick videos, and I literally get this content for free. So you guys, I mean, on your end, that's a great thing at the start. And basically I was like, okay, well, this sucks, but you know, this should be no problem whatsoever to get fixed. If I got my channel back, it shouldn't be a problem to get my monetization back. And basically what happened was I contacted my network, and you know, they said, no, we can't do anything. I contacted a few people. They said, sorry, man, like, I don't know how to help you if your network couldn't do it. I don't think I can. And here we sit today. Now, I generally try to keep the business side of YouTube away from you guys. I just, you know, like I'm sure you don't care about it. It's not entertaining. It's not entertainment for you guys. I try to be an entertainer. I try to make you guys laugh. I try to make you guys have a good time, think a little bit. Basically, I try to keep, you know, I try to make you guys enjoy your time here on YouTube. And I try not to keep it too YouTube business heavy. But this is something that I was kind of like, yeah, okay, we need to talk about this. We need to have a little sit down, and we need to discuss the future of my channel. So that's where we sit right now. I'm really hot, so I'm going to take my sweater off, and we're going to get into this. So give me a sec here. Whew. Oh, now I'm cold. It's the problem with being sick. You're just never the right temperature. Okay, so here's the deal. All right, so I am a YouTuber, guys. Oh, man, I feel like you guys are probably like dreading this right now. No, look, nothing. Okay, not here. Before I even say anything, nothing is changing with my YouTube channel. Really, nothing is wrong. We're all good. We're still gonna keep making videos. So if that was the only thing you wanted to hop in here and be like, okay, is Patrick still gonna make videos? Yeah, no, that's all good. Still making YouTube videos, but we need to talk about this because there's gonna be a relatively significant change with my YouTube channel. So how YouTube works basically is this, for those of you who don't know. You make a video, you get paid money for every view that video gets. Now, it's a very, very small amount. It's like about 1/10 to 2/10 of a cent. So like a tenth of a penny. So like for 10 views, you get 1 penny. So on a small scale, it's not very much. But when you make, you know, you get like 6 million, you know, 7 million views a month, then it turns into quite a bit of money. So basically, I make YouTube videos. I started making YouTube videos for the sole goal just to really have a big YouTube channel and entertain people. I never did I ever do YouTube for money. But YouTube was kind of just something that it happened to turn into something that became my full-time job. For those of you who don't know, YouTube is my full-time job. It's my only source of income. And I am also a full-time university student. So that being said, I do now rely on YouTube to support myself. And I basically just lost the ability to support myself for the next 5 months. So this is going to be only a short-term thing till about June, and then it's going to resolve itself. But for the next 5 months, I'm not going to be making any income through YouTube, and that's bad. I mean, you know, people can go ahead and go say like, oh, Patrick's a money whore, Patrick's all this stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, I mean, you work at whatever your job is to make money. This is what I do to make money. And, you know, if you lost your job, that'd be pretty shitty for you, right? So it's kind of the same thing. So at this point, basically, YouTube has, in a sense, kind of gone back to a hobby. But at the same time, I'm still getting like 6 million views a month. And it's like, you know, this is still a business. I still need to treat this like a business because you guys are obviously, you know, you still want content, right? So this is what we're doing. I just want to be straight up honest with you guys. Patreon, that's kind of like what we're starting. So you saw that little ad at the start. Basically, it's for the next 5 months, I'm going to kind of live off donations a little bit. So how that's going to work is essentially, you know, if you guys want to, you can donate. You don't have to, though. There's no pressure for you to donate. I'm going to continue to make videos, okay? Like, YouTube is what I do. And honestly, I'm just going to continue to make videos. So, long story short, got a strike on my channel. It ended up me losing the ability to play ads on my videos. Good for you guys because you don't have to sit through ads anymore, even though I'm sure a lot of you don't because you use ad block, but you little fuckers. Not just kidding. But no, that's a joke. But basically, you guys don't see ads anymore on my videos. That's a bonus for you. But I still need to support myself. And like I said, I don't have a job. So basically, this is going to run on your guys' support a little bit. And I don't say that in pressure, but I'm just saying that that's the truth. So basically what it is, I came up with this Patreon thing. And, there's like rewards. I didn't want to make it like a complete like donation system. So I thought like it'd be like, all right, if you guys, give it to me, I will give back to you, because like, there's no reason why you should donate to me if you're getting nothing. Like, I'm just some random guy on YouTube that makes videos. I haven't done anything for you, but I figured, if there's a little incentive in there, I feel like it's a little bit more fair. Like, you guys are actually getting something out of it. So, for $5, you get the bragging rights of saying, I guess some people would like that, I guess, to say that I'm on your friends list. For $10, you can submit questions to the podcast. And then as you go up, it's like interactions with me and stuff, which I know a lot of people ask for, and I really just don't have the time. But with this Patreon thing, it is good. So the end of the day, like, this doesn't really affect you guys at all. It does not take away anything from my channel. I should mention, the channel is going to be fine. The channel is going to continue to grow. And yeah. Now, other things, I'm probably going to try to reach out to a few like companies and maybe see if we can get like some sponsorships and things, just because, like I said, I don't know how well you guys are going to respond to Patreon. I can completely see no one wanting to donate, and that's 100% fine, and I understand that. But I'm just thinking in terms of, I like, this is, like I said, this is my job, so I just wanted to be completely upfront with what's happening, guys. So like I said, end of the day, lost the ability to run ads on my videos. Basically, for like the next 5 months, I lost my job, if you want to say the equivalent to that. So I'm just kind of going to be making YouTube videos, and we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. So that's the technical side of it. What are my thoughts on it? Well, losing your income source sucks. If you're someone who's younger and you don't have a job or anything, it's kind of hard to understand, and it's kind of hard to be like, oh, Patrick's a money. It's easy to be like, oh, you're a money whore and stuff. But if you're, the most of my viewers, honestly, I didn't realize this, but 80% of my viewers are over the age of 18, which is actually nice. I actually realized I have a quite mature audience. You guys probably realize, like, yeah, that sucks ass that you lost. Well, you basically got laid off for 5 months, right? So it's an unfortunate thing. But like I said, it's kind of an interesting thing. I like, when it immediately happened, I was so sad. I was like, shit, like what am I gonna do? And then I kind of realized, like, money isn't the end of the world. And over the last few days, I've been continuing to upload, and this is gonna sound crazy, but I've actually been enjoying doing YouTube more. It sounds ridiculous. You'd think like making money and doing YouTube is better than just doing YouTube, right? Because like, doing YouTube is doing YouTube no matter what, and I love it. And you'd think, oh, you get paid for it, then that's even better. But it's been a really weird realization the last couple of days, where I've been making videos like I do normally, and I've actually been enjoying it more. And I don't know how to feel about that. I think it's because there's less stress now. The fact that I don't have to worry about, oh, I have to hit this many views so I can get this much money, and put out this many videos for you guys is kind of gone a little bit. There's a lot less stress with it now. And I'm not gonna stop uploading daily, I don't think. I originally, when this planned, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go five days a week. But no, fuck that. Here's the thing is, I like, this is the weirdest thing that's ever really happened in my life. Like, I feel like I've like had this really like shitty, I've had such a lucky deal of hands the last like couple years, just like, getting into a great university and having so many good friends, and then YouTube taking off. It's been so great. And like, I've finally kind of been given a bad deal where it's like, like, you have this awesome thing going for you, and it's like basically creating like a sustainable income, and like getting that taken away, like once you get used to it, is shitty. But now that I've had a few days to kind of think about it and talk with this, it's like, it's not so bad. Like, I'm a full-time student, right? So, I, like, 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 I have a lot on my plate as it is. Like I'm gonna be honest. Like I have a 4.0 GPA in university, and I run this YouTube channel. So like I have a full plate, man. Now, in fairness, I am taking business. I'm not like some crazy science kid, so it's not as impressive as it sounds. But a 4.0 is a 4.0. So like I got a full plate, and the fact that I don't have to worry about like what is kind of a job is kind of nice. So now, like, to me, YouTube is just like the last 3 days I've been looking at it like not like, okay, what do I have to put out? It's what do I want to put out? And that's a nice feeling, which I haven't felt in a while. Now, I put out content mostly what I want to put out. It's like if I don't find it fun, I'm not going to do it because I'm going to end up hating it, and that's going to be shitty. But my thing is like, there is always a little bit of pressure with YouTube. Is like, you gotta put out some content that is for the fans, right? More so for the fans than me. Like the podcast, and I do this, like I said this every episode, so many episodes, but the podcast is for me. I do this for me because it's just something I really enjoy doing, and it just so happens, I guess, you guys like to listen. But like top fives, I mean, top fives are something that I kind of do because you guys like them so much. I get so much positive feedback. I mean, some top fives I really enjoy doing, and some top fives when it's like something just absolutely stupid, like, you run out of ideas, you got to get creative with it, and sometimes the ideas are just so silly. It's like, this is just, you just kind of you just feel like you're putting it out because your viewers want it, and it feels forced, and it doesn't feel satisfying to me. But the last few days, I'm like, okay, what do I want to put out? And I was like, all right, I'm going to do a top five. Like today, I was like, I'm going to do a top five. What do I want to put out? And a week ago, I would have been like, okay, these guys want Treyarch Zombies top five, so I got to put out Treyarch. And I was like, do I want to do that? I was like, no, I don't. I want to do an Exo Zombies because Exo Zombies is really fun, and I think I'd have fun with this. And it was the most enjoyment I'd have making a top five in like a month. So I guess that's the only difference that you guys might notice is better quality content, but not necessarily what the majority of you want. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I have to do what I enjoy, right? It's all fair to say, oh, I got to do this because it's my job. But when it's a hobby, which it kind of is now, not really, because it's a full-time hobby still. But, there's something there that it's like, okay, there's less stress now. If I don't get a video out, which don't trust me, man, that ain't happening. But if, there was the off chance I didn't upload a video for the day, it's not a big a deal. If a challenge I put out only gets 15,000 views per episode rather than 25, I don't care. Doesn't matter to me, at this point. And it's not like I'm going into this like, oh, I don't give a fuck about my YouTube channel anymore, because absolutely not. But the thing that's nice right now is I'm going to have a lot less stress for the next 5 months, which I think is going to be nice. Now, other things which is going to be an improvement for you guys, once the school year's over, I'm probably going to get into streaming. Probably going to do a lot more stuff like that. So, I mean, there's a lot, it's been a big change, but I honestly think, after a few days kind of like combing over this, kind of really thinking about it, I think this is going to be for the best. I think I'm going to be able to kind of find myself with this whole YouTube thing again. And, it sucks. I'm losing a lot of money, but at the same time, like, bro, I'm 19 and I mean, Jesus, I'm getting paid to play video games. So, you can't be too sad. So that's me, guys. That's my YouTube channel. That's where I'm at. All is well. I would say, like, I've been happier with YouTube the last week than I have been in a while. Not like I've been sad with YouTube or anything, but just more happy, if that makes sense. So I'm doing well. I mean, here's the thing. Like, even if everything were to stop, which don't think for a second it is, because, like, that would be... No, trust me. I assure you, like, I'd still do the podcast because the podcast is something I love doing. And even I say that, it's like, and I'd still do like live comms because I love doing live comms. They're so much fun. I love you guys enjoy live comms. So it's just like, no, like, this is like, I think I'm in a good place now. So all is well. I hate to talk about my YouTube channel and the business, but I really just wanted to kind of vibe that to you guys, say how I'm feeling. and also kind of get that out. So like, you saw the Patreon. I mean, I'm not like asking for donations because, like I said, I kind of tried to make it a little bit more service based. Like, you guys donate, you kind of get something from it rather than just strict donations, which I just feel really terrible about receiving. So yeah, I mean, like, if you guys want to donate, I mean, I'll give you. Well, I won't give you a hug, but like, you'll get whatever you pay for. And if you don't even worry about it. I'll be fine. I will be okay. But that's basically where I'm at. So I want to do one last little conclusion with that because I know it's probably a lot to take in. Basically, I already did with that, but basically, yeah. So like, no ads on my channel anymore for the next 5 months. If you want to donate, that'd be cool. And I think these next 5 months are going to be fun because I'm gonna be able to not branch out from zombies, but experiment a little bit. You know what I mean? Do some weird stuff that when you're getting paid, it's a really interesting thing. And Joe Rogan talks about this, that there's two sides to making money with creation. There's a business side and there's the artistic side, and those with a purely artistic side are very bad at making money, and those with a purely business side are very bad at being creative. So with YouTube, I would say it's probably a 60-40 thing where being successful and making good content that people see, right? That's the thing, is like, you can make the best videos and, tag them improperly and stuff like that. And, just make bad videos that aren't going to get likely to be seen and no one sees them. So like, have you really made anything? At the other side, you can be someone who's really good at tagging your videos and make shit videos, and you haven't really been creative, right? So there's a balance, and I would say for YouTube, it's probably a 60-40 or 70-60. The higher number being the creativity side. And now for me, it's kind of moved to like maybe an 80-20 thing where there's no money involved. Like, it has nothing to do with making money. I have to continue to make my channel grow, because if I don't continue to make my channel grow, it will die. That's just a basic thing of life. If anyone who has a business or is thinking about getting a business, or even just personal development, if you're not growing, you are dying. You are getting worse. Okay. I could, like, just what I mean by that is, if I average 0 subscribers for the next year, so I didn't lose anybody, I didn't gain any, I would lose subscribers, because people would just lose interest in me. So you have to be growing to be gaining, right? So I mean, there's always going to be a business side to YouTube, even if you have 10 subscribers. But I think that's gone down for me a little bit, and now it's like, okay, wow, I have a lot more creative freedom. And I wonder if in the end that's going to be better for me, because it's going to be like, okay, I can just do what I want, and I don't have to worry about, will this make enough money? And that's going to help the creative process, which in the long term helps the business process. So it's interesting. There's people out there who are, like I said, really good creative wise. And those people tend to not be the best business orientated. And then there's people who are really strong business minds. But I find they're usually not as creative. And the best people, the ones who are successful entrepreneurs and things like that, are usually somewhere in the middle. Maybe anywhere between 60-40, 40-60, and maybe even 50-50. So I find that kind of interesting. But for me, it's like, okay, I'm gonna do me, and we'll see where that takes us. But anyways, that's enough about me. That's a little look into my life. I was tweeting a little bit, so I did want to clarify all that nonsense. So now you're probably thinking, I think I mentioned at the start of this, I was having a mixed drink. So like I said, I'm super sick. So this is so awful, and I don't like. I feel like such a druggie right now. So I don't know if you guys know what lean is. Lean, it's basically cough syrup and Sprite and Jolly Ranchers, and people drink it to get high, basically. And I'm like extremely sick right now. And I just drank a ton of cough syrup before I started doing this, so I wouldn't be coughing the entire time. Like, I was coughing like every 5 minutes, and I've coughed a couple times throughout this, but it's a lot less now. I took a whole bunch of cough syrup, and I was still coughing, but like less. So I was like, okay, well, what I'm gonna have to do is This is so bad. I feel like such a druggie, but basically I took some cough syrup, put it in a cup, put some water in it, put some like water enhancer. What is it called? Mio, like Mio, like the little like the concentrated juice you put in your water, and I just mixed that up. So it's like I'm getting a constant stream of cough syrup rather than like a large dose at once. So it's just kind of coating my throat and keeping me from not coughing. So I guess I'm kind of like not at all, because people do it recreationally. I'm genuinely sick, but I just feel like such a weird kid right now doing this. If someone walked in, they'd be like, "What? Like, are you drinking like lean?" And I'd be like, "No, well, yes, technically, because that's kind of like what it is, but not to get high because I'm doing a podcast and I'm sick as hell." Anyways, so that's a little bit about me. So. You see what I'm saying? This would be like 10 times worse if I hadn't taken anything. Oh, this is awful. I just dropped my thing. Okay, so we're gonna move on here with. Okay, we got our monetization crap out of the way. We got Patreon out of the way. Here's a story. This is pretty cool, actually. So last Friday, I received my 100,000 subscriber plaque. Yeah, that was pretty freaking awesome. So basically, what happened was I hit 100,000 subscribers in September. Like September, okay? That's like 4 or 5 months ago. And I was waiting for it. I contacted my network, and they're like, yeah, like YouTube will get it to you. God, the more I think about it, the more I am just so mad with my network. But that's something I shouldn't really talk about on this, because that is, that's just unprofessional. But God, like they anyways, little nagging things. Anyways, basically, I was with my network. I contacted them. They're like, yeah, it'll YouTube will contact you. I'm like, oh, great, okay, cool. And they never really contacted me. So I'm like, well, damn, waiting. And early January, I get a Skype message from Lex, Mr. T Lexify, and he's like, hey man, I figured out how we can finally get our plaques, because he also did not have his plaque. And what happened is you have to like go into this really obscure area of your YouTube dashboard, and it's like, congratulations, you can claim your prize. And like, I didn't know that. I thought YouTube would contact me and like, hey, like send us your details. But no, you have to contact them, and then they'll send a thing to you, and then you can send your message out to them. So a lot of work. But I mean, that's, that is what it is. At the end of the day, that stuff happens. So I decided to come home January, I don't know, 30th or something, sometime, like basically last Friday, if you're watching this Friday a week ago. First Friday I've come home since I started going to university, other than like a special event. So like I went home on Thanksgiving weekend. We had like a reading week, basically just a break. Obviously I went home then. I went home over Christmas, but I had never gone home from university over like a normal weekend. It's like a hour and a half, 2 hour drive from where I am, depending. I'd say about probably an hour and a half drive from where I am. So it's not like super far, but it's like far enough that it's like, okay, like if I'm going to get there, like I really need someone to like commit to driving me, because, that's a 3 hour drive for them. So I just never really went home. I like university a lot, so I never really had a need to. I was getting my parents every week and stuff. So I just never had a reason to go home. And me and my buddy, we're skiers, and there's no ski hill around my university. So we're like, let's go home and just go skiing for the weekend, because we've only skied once this year. Let's just go have a good time. So first weekend, I decided to come home. And I arrive at about 2 o'clock. No one else is home. Oh, God. And what truck is delivering a package to my house but a UPS truck? I'm like, well, that's weird. So I walk out, buddy's like just going into the house, and he sees me. He's like, oh, here you go, man. You live here. I'm like, yeah, thanks. I'm like, oh, that's weird. I wonder what my mom ordered. So I set it down on the thing, and I go off, do my business. Actually, very first thing I did when I came home was take a poop. I don't know if that sits with you guys, but like literally. But I don't know. I just find like there's no better toilet than your own toilet. It just feels so good on your butt. Just so nice to poop on your own toilet. So I did that anyways. That was a little had nothing to do with the story. Anyways, so I came home and where's I going with this? Oh yeah, so mom comes home and she's like, okay, so what's this package? I'm like, I don't know. Did you order something? She's like, no, I figured it was you. And I'm like, no, I haven't ordered anything in weeks. Like, I haven't ordered anything to the house recently. She's like, well, it's not me. I'm like, did dad order anything? She's like, no. And then I look at the box, look up at her, look back at the box, and my eyes like got so big. And she's like, is it what I think it is? And I'm like, yup. So I open it up. Oh my God. The freaking plaque, guys. The freaking plaque. Here, I could probably show you this. I put it up on Insta. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. I spelled that so wrong. There we go. Patrick Smith 183 at Instagram.com. So my eyes open. I like tear open the box, and as you can see on the screen right there, there she is. YouTube, TheSmithPlays. Congratulations for surpassing 100,000 subscribers. We don't want you to make any money, but hey, at least congratulations for that milestone. That's friggin' awesome. So that was actually my most liked thing I ever put on Instagram. That got like 239 likes, which is ridiculous. By the way, if you just like saw that, you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna go follow Patrick on Instagram, please don't comment on my Instagram. If you do, I'm just gonna delete your comments because my Instagram is like personal, but I let my subscribers follow me. But like, I just don't like when people comment because it's like, this is like a personal thing that it's like, if you want to, you can observe my personal life. Whereas my Twitter is kind of, my Twitter's like split. It's like, I shouldn't have done this, but it's like too late now. But I started I let people follow me, my YouTube account. I did what my Instagram is now. Like I let people follow me on Twitter, and it's part of my social life. So like my fans interact with my friends all the time on Twitter. It's really weird, but it's not as big a deal because like, I don't know. Basically, I don't know where I'm going with that. Basically, my Twitter, I would say, is like half friends, half YouTube. Like I tweet about my fans, I tweet about my YouTube. It's all one. But like my Twitter or my Instagram is like, I only follow like my friends. It's like for me, but it's like, okay, like people have found it out. So, I have like over 1,000 followers. So it's like, if you want to follow me, like go ahead, but please just don't comment anything. Okay. Cause I'm just going to delete your comments. I don't, like everyone just says really nice things and I feel so bad, but like, it's just really like, this is my social thing, and this isn't like meant to be for YouTube, but people kind of found me, so it's like, yeah, like go ahead, follow me, like my pictures, whatever, but please just don't like spam me and comment on a bunch of stuff, because I just, I'm not looking for that. I'm gonna delete it. I don't know if people think that's like rude, but it's like, I would, otherwise it'd be me hiding it. So oftentimes I just have to delete like lots of messages, which I don't know. I figure like people say like, oh, you're a dick for that, but it's like, well, would you rather want to like, okay, like here's the two options. Like you either get to see my Instagram and don't comment, or don't see my Instagram at all. So I figure like it's a fair fair trade-off. Plus I get so many likes on my pictures. Girls like, oh my God, how do you have so many Instagram followers? Actually, I was talking to a girl the other day. I was hanging out with her, and I was just like, what's your Instagram? And she's like, oh, this. And I was like, what's yours? And she's like, oh my God, how do you have like 1,200 followers on Instagram? And I'm like, I'm just cool like that. She's like, did you buy your followers? I'm like, oh no, like no, I'm just like had a lot of people from high school. I don't like telling girls that I have a YouTube channel. I know that's so weird. God, like okay, so here's the thing with my YouTube channel. Like see, I don't even think I love gaming. I love zombies, but I don't love gaming. Like honestly, guys, I don't really game much anymore. Like I've been gaming on Advanced Warfare, like genuinely sitting down and just playing because I enjoy playing it, not like because I need to get gameplay. But there hasn't been, I haven't really done that in a while, and I would say I like gaming. I love YouTube. I love zombies. But as far as gaming itself goes, like I've talked about this with a lot of YouTubers. Like they're like, yeah, like I love doing YouTube, and gaming was kind of something that was an outlet for YouTube. So it's like, and they liked gaming. So for me, it's always been, I like gaming. I mean, I love zombies, but gaming itself, like it's whatever. Some games I like, some games I don't. There hasn't been a new concept that I've really liked in a while. I think I might buy the Order 1886 though. Actually, funny enough, I have an ad going up for that my network, right? So it's cool. My network hooked me up. They're like, hey, like, we know you don't have any monetization, but we can still run like if you make the ad, like we can still run it for you. So I got one with Sony, and there's a little ad for the Order 1886. And by the way, like in the future, like there will be some of those little ads. Like there's no monetization, but like there will be some of those ads. If you do see anything like that, trust, like it's something I endorse. Okay, like I don't promote anything that I don't like myself, just for the simple fact it's like I don't want you to waste your money on something that's stupid. Okay, if there was a game that I thought wasn't worth your money, that I don't think anyone would like, then I'm not going to support it. Like I had a moral qualm with this one game. It was Borderlands from Telltale Games. So it wasn't a legit Borderlands, but it was like the story game. And those aren't really for me. They're not really for me. But I was playing it and I was like, this is actually kind of cool. Like I could see myself getting into this. And I played the first episode of it. It's like, okay, that was pretty cool, but like these aren't really for me. And I'm like, do I promote it? And I'm like, well, it was like such a moral dilemma because it was like, I don't like these kinds of games, but I like this game and I like Borderlands. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I think I have fans that would like this, right? I think I would have people who like, I know I have people who like Borderlands, and I know I have people who like those like storyline games. It's like, you know what? Like, I'm going to promote this because I think there's people on my channel that would like this, right? So I'm not going to promote anything that's garbage. And I try to promote things that I like, that I would use. And there's some situations like that where it's like, okay, like, do I want to promote this? And if it was a shit game, I wouldn't have promoted it. Like, I've got offers from my network, like, hey, can you promote this? And I'm like, no. Like, I'm not, like, I played your game, I played this game, I tried it, and it's not fun, and I'm not gonna do it, like, But I thought, basically, that was a weird situation. I don't even know why I'm really talking about that. I'm weird. Like, most YouTubers don't talk about their business side at all, and I try to be a little, I try to be translucent with you guys. I wouldn't say transparent. Like, I'm not telling you how much money I'm making or anything like that, but I try to kind of give you guys the down low. And I say, like, I'm not going to promote a shit product, and I'm not going to promote something that I don't like myself, right? So that's kind of me. Where's I going with that? Oh, the Order 1886. Like, right, okay, so I was saying, like, I'm not really into games, and then I just mentioned that there's new game coming out that I promoted, looks awesome, and I really want to try it. I wish they would have actually let me play it, because it's like, okay, like, this game looks sick, but I don't know if it's actually sick, so I'm like, but I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm gonna buy this game, so, like, yeah, I think you guys will like it too. If I like it, then, Anyways, God, I just went totally back on myself. I was like, I'm not going to promote anything that I don't like. I think I like it, but I don't know for sure. But I was like, yeah, this thing looks freaking sick. So yeah, it's got like if you're wondering, they've got like all this crazy. This, by the way, this. I'm saying this right now. I'm not being paid for this, although I was previously paid for this. There's like a Wonder Waff in it. I was like, holy shit, that's sick. But like I said, I'm not getting paid anything to say that right now. And my network has not requested that I say that in this video. I'm just saying I think it looks like a cool game and I actually want to buy it. Anyways, back to my original story, which was like about girls. When I meet a girl, I don't tell her I have a YouTube channel. I don't at all, because girls, it's not that girls think YouTube's lame, it's girls think gaming is lame. So girls automatically assume I'm like a huge gamer, which I'm not going to deny. I'm definitely a big gamer, less than you'd think, but definitely I game. And it just, girls don't really like that. Now, if I ever find a girlfriend that's like, this is my perfect girl right here. All right, this is my perfect girl. She finds out about my YouTube channel, and she says, "That's awesome. You have a passion. That's good for you. I don't really like gaming, but like, good for you. Like, I respect that. I think that's awesome that you have something that you like, that you're good at." That's what I want. That's all I want. I don't want a gamer girl. I don't want to date a girl that's into gaming. Nah. I mean, maybe if she liked, like, You know what? Nah, I just don't really like gamer girls. I'm not gonna say I don't like all gamer girls. Like I like what's that really hot girl? Like Sniper Wolf. Like I like her, but that's just because she's hot. But I just don't think I would want to date a girl that's really into gaming. Like I don't know. It could be cool, but like I just don't think. I don't know. There's just something about girls that are really into gaming that's just kind of like you'd be a really cool friend, but don't know if I want to date you. Anyways, and that I hate to say like blanket terms like that because like I'm sure there's some girls out there that are cool as shit and play games and it's like, oh yeah, like you're cool, but I don't know. Just the girls I've met that are into gaming are like always really weird. Anyways, that would be like perfect for me. Just like I know if I have a few like friends who are girls who think that way, it's like, you know, like that's the attitude I want my significant other to have. Like let's talk about that. I've never talked about this before, but like I'm single now. Like what would the perfect girl be for me? Let's do this. This is so random, but let's talk about this. Perfect girl, Patrick Smith. All right, well let's start off body type because that's of course necessary. All right, we're gonna go blonde. I'm gonna say 5'6". No, I'm gonna say 5'7". 5'7". If I'm gonna marry this girl, I'm gonna say 5'7". 5'5", 5'6", preferable. If she's 5'7" in the long term, that's a little bit extra height, which gives her a little bit extra leeway in terms of gaining weight. So we're gonna go 5'7". Obviously very thin, very fit. I'm personally an ass guy. I don't need boobs. You know, if she's got a little bit of boobs, great. But you know, that's just kind of a bonus. Nice ass though. That's an absolute necessity. Which is okay because like girls always say, oh, my boobs are small, and like don't worry about it. Like you don't need big boobs. You know that's completely out of your control. Don't worry about that. But you know you can go to the gym and you can dictate the size of your ass. Honestly, like I mean, you know, not every girl's gonna have a Kim Kardashian, but you know, you can, to an extent, you can go to the gym and, you know, you can, like, okay, so, like, you know, every guy, like, not every guy can look like a huge bodybuilder, but, you know, every guy can go to the gym, get fit, and have their own type of nice body, right? So you can have the guys who are really big and bulky and girls like that, or you can have those guys who are really lean and, like, thin, girls like that, like the kind of Justin Bieber type, you know, girls like that. Like, I know everyone hates Justin Bieber, but girls like that, right? Girls do like that really thin, like, lean kind of body type. So you can have different body types, and that's what I mean with girls. Like, you know, you can have a really fit little bum, you can have a huge ass, but, you know, you can work on that. God, this has just been all over the place now. Can I just mention, I hated that first 10 minutes of the podcast. It was so bad, but I had to get through it. And then it was like, I don't know if you noticed, but there was just like a transition where it went from being like serious and like talk about it to like, I transitioned to talk about the me side of how this is affecting me. And I was like, yeah. And it just kind of got deep and back into like the normal podcast. So I don't know. Anyways, back on track. My perfect girl. So we got the body type down. Blonde, about 5. If I'm dating her, I would say 5'5", 5'6", but if I'm marrying her, 5'7". Nice butt. Don't care about the boobs, really. No bigger than a B cup, though. That's for sure. Personality-wise, man, I don't really like... I don't know, like, people always say, like, oh, I want this girl to have this personality and stuff. But to me, it's not really, like, personality-wise. It's just like, is she chill? Like that's all. That's all I want in a girl. I just want a really chill ass girl, which is so hard. I'm gonna be honest, it's so hard to come by, man. Girls are crazy. I've met like, Katie, how many genuinely chill girls have I met? Like 3, 2, not many. I don't know. It's hard to find like a really low level chill ass girl. And I mean, like, yeah, like personality's got to match, but like, you know, just like a happy, like chill, cool being, like that's relatively normal. Like that's really all you need. Like, I don't know, people always like say like, oh my god, like I want to have the same hobbies as her and things and interests, but like I don't know, that's never been like a thing to me. Like, oh, you know, it's just like just you know, it's not hard. Like, it's just like a nice, just genuine human being that's not crazy. That's it, really. You know, and when I say like, oh, I just want her to be chill, like it all comes together. Like, I just wanted to think, YouTube, like, good for you. I just wanted to not be crazy. But the thing is girls are generally reasonably pretty crazy, and I've done well, I think, a while trying to stay away from girls. I'm not gonna lie, like, since I've broken up, like, I've fallen for a couple girls, and luckily it hasn't worked out with any of them. Either them denying me, them having boyfriends, or me denying them. But I think that's for the best, honestly. Man, I don't know. It's like, it's the ultimate grass is greener on the other side is the single versus relationship qualm. Being single is so nice because I don't have to put up with anyone's shit that I don't want to put up with. I'm doing me. Like, if someone's not happy with something I said, fuck them, right? I don't care. You're like, you're upset about something. I mean, if you're my friend, I want to help you out, but when there's a girlfriend, it's just a little bit more like obligation, right? Obligation to hang out. There's no obligation being single. I can do whatever I want. Like, I can go out till 6 a.m. in the morning, and I mean, my mom's gonna be worried about me, but really, like, it's nice having freedom. It's nice having freedom. But at the same time, like, it's also nice having someone to fall back on. And I mean, I have some really good friends that, like, I have one really good friend, like, I basically talk about everything in my life about, but, like, it's not the same as having, like, a partner. It really isn't. And, like, it's nice. I'm gonna be honest, like, it's nice, having sex whenever you want it. That's a great thing. It's nice having someone to cuddle with. And I mean, like, you can have friends, like, I mean, it's not like you can have a cuddle buddy, right? That's not us, it's nice. It's nice. It's nice. It is nice having a real fallback, right? But I think when I was in a relationship, I didn't even have that, honestly. Like, it's funny because, like, yeah, that's what I want, like, a support. I think that's the biggest thing for me. I mean, all those other, like, she's chill and all this stuff, but it all ties into that. But, like, just someone that supports you, right? Someone that is a better, that is more a better motivator than yourself. Like, I'm really self-driven. It's been a weird few days, like, losing this monetization, and I mean, a lot of, like, sadness going on, a lot of, like, oh shit, like, what's gonna happen with my YouTube channel, all this stuff. And that's happened. But, like, at the end of the day, there's always self-doubt, right? There's always self-doubt with me. Everyone doubts themselves a little bit, right? But to have someone that is so Team Patrick, that is I think, like, whatever you do, you can put your mind to, that believes in me more than I believe in myself. Like, that's the girl I want, right? That's the person that really, I think, everybody wants. Just the support, and that was something I don't think I ever really had in my relationship. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I hate to talk about my past relationship, but it's just something that I mean, I was in a 4-year relationship. Like, it's just something that it needs to be talked to a little bit. So I think, like, the thing about being single is, like, I've learned more about, like, everything in the last 4 months than I have in my entire high school. Like this has been such a growing process for me. Like, just little things, like, like dressing nicer and being more observant, and all those little things that you don't really have to worry about when you're in a relationship as much. Gonna take a drink there. Being in a relationship is safe. Being in a relationship is warm. It's comforting. Being single is a lot more like, dark. It's a little bit more unpredictable. It's a little bit more lonely, right? And I think that's good for me. I think that's good that I'm finally experiencing that, because I never really did. So I don't know, for, like, perfect girl, like, just someone that's cool as fuck, really, and pretty attractive. Like, when I was younger, man, I was so, like, oh yeah, like, hot, but, like, I don't even like care that much, you know. Like, I mean, no, I'm not gonna, you know, like she's gotta be pretty, she's gotta be attractive, but like that's I'm not as worried about that. Like, it's really like personality. Oh, God, I sound so gay right now, but like I don't know. There's a balance, right? There's a balance. Like, you don't need to date a 10 with a shit personality, but you also don't want to date a 5 with a great personality. I think there's a balance. Like a 7 with a great personality would be awesome. Um, I don't know. That's me. There's my advice from my 17-year or my 19-year-oldness. Or yeah, hey, I'm 19. That's pretty cool. So I don't know, man. That's me. I don't know what your guys' perfect girl is, but just cool, just cool. Just that's really all I want. That's really all I need. If I just had to describe it one word, just chill. Someone chill, not hard on my head. I was really interested talking to Serial. Something that really stuck out with me when in our little conversation with him and Yoon was just the whole idea of being 25% in a relationship. So a relationship isn't two people becoming one. A relationship is two independent people becoming one quarter together, if that makes sense, right? So it's not one and one. Like imagine like two circles coming together. It's not like those two circles come over each other and are almost entirely overlapping. That would be like each person is just, that's the only thing in their life. It'd be more like, you know, I don't know, let's say 25%. So like two circles, 25% of them is overlapping. The rest of it is their own lives. And that's what I think I really do agree with what Greg told me, Serial, is that, you know, that's what a relationship is about. I think that's really important. Quick drink, guys, quick drink. I hope all this Exo Zombie gameplay isn't too much for you. It's just all I have right now, and I figure it's better than nothing. Is there anything else I was gonna say to that, or I was gonna end? Here, so I get a story. I was a little bit hesitant to talk about because it involves drugs, but it's just about a friend of mine, and I just it's weird because I back in the summer I was really interested in drugs, and I mean I still find drugs really interesting. Not just like when I say drugs, everyone on I thinks like illegal drugs, but like I think like any psychoactive drug is really interesting to me. Basically, what a psychoactive drug is anything that crosses the blood-brain barrier, kind of like to affect your mind. Essentially, that's a very vague interpretation of what a psychoactive drug is. Basically, like examples of psychoactive drugs: alcohol is a psychoactive drug. Weed is a psychoactive drug. Like you go to the hospital, you break your leg, they give you a shot to make you feel better. Morphine, like that's a psychoactive drug. Heroin, that's a psychoactive drug. Cocaine is a psychoactive drug. Like LSD, for example, you take that, you hallucinate. That's a psychoactive drug. Anything that basically alters your reality or consciousness. You know what? I'm gonna get the actual definition up just so I don't sound like an idiot. Psychoactive drug definition, and I spelled that awfully. A psychoactive drug is a chemical substance that acts primarily on where it alters brain function, resulting in temporary changes in perception, mood, consciousness, or behavior. So that's kind of what I meant, right? So anything that you take that basically changes you. I find that all really interesting. I find supplements like, you know, like things you take to make your body perform better, like vitamins and minerals, you know, like pre-workouts, like, you know, like protein powder that you take for the gym, all that kind of stuff. I've always had such a fascination for it. And in the summer, I started listening to a lot of Joe Rogan, and I kind of had like this crazy perception change where I kind of realized that there's a lot of drugs out there that are illegal that shouldn't really be illegal. Like a lot of drugs, the biggest two was basically, well, the biggest group was what are called psychedelics, which are hallucinogens, which basically kind of, yeah, God, I could talk about this for hours, but it basically they've kind of like yeah, I can't even get all right, examples of psychedelics is like acid, LSD, mushrooms, like psilocybin mushrooms, shrooms, people call them, DMT, which is a little more obscure one. But basically, like these things, what people say, they make you trip, they make you hallucinate. And it was something, I had a really big realization where I started reading all these studies where people talking about how, they took them for depression and help with that, or the social anxiety, all these things that I had been taught my whole life, like this drug is 100% bad and do not take it. It's really bad for you. And I had this huge realization where that's not 100% true. Now, maybe it's a little bit true, but people kind of, the media, everything, your parents probably, everyone kind of has lumped all drugs together, like the genuine ones that can be very bad for you, like cocaine and heroin and meth. It's all kind of been lumped in together. And there's actually some drugs out there that are better than people say they are for you. So that was kind of a big realization for me. And I talked about that a lot in the podcast, just kind of comparing different drugs, like my thoughts on it and stuff. And, I had never taken anything like that. And I actually had a really close friend. He took acid for the first time, and I was really happy for him. He took it like a week ago now, and it was like, I've never taken anything like that. And I honestly, I just want to say, like, I really don't recommend you take it unless you're like probably 20 or so. Just on the fact that like really like, and don't take, like, here's the thing is, like, I just got to put this disclaimer here because a while ago I made a podcast, I talked about weed, and I talked about how I don't think it's as bad as people said, and I had a few people bring up a really, really good point that I didn't even think about. Is like, like, Patrick, like, I agree with you that weed isn't bad, but you shouldn't say it on the podcast because there are a lot of young people that listen to this, and at a young age it can be very bad for you still. So I really want to get that right out of the way, guys. Like, if you are at a young age, do not, like, don't fuck with that shit, okay? Like this is stuff is not like meant to party. Like, this is not a party drug, right? So like, even weed, like, I really don't recommend it unless you're like at an adult age where you can make that decision on your own. Please, like I don't give a crap about a lot of stuff, but like, I'm not saying this to like cover my ass or anything, but like really just the genuine concern for my viewers. Like, if you're I would say under the age of 18, like, don't even think about this, okay? Don't even think about this. Like, just don't, like, it's, please, I love you. And I don't think that you're not going to die or anything, but it's just something not for a developing mind, okay? But my friend, like, he had done a lot of research on this stuff, and he was in a good place, and he's like, this is something I need to experience in my life, because he kind of had done the same thing as me, where he realized, I think at some point in my life I will probably do it, but I just don't think I'm ready at this point to take something like that. And I mean, like, I'm 19, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just something that is a very crazy experience. And the reason why, like, I think people take it is, it is not to trip and, see funny colors and stuff. It's to learn about yourself. And it's a very introspective experience, he told. But anyways, like, I honestly, I so genuinely concerned. Like, I don't want to, like, persuade any young people, right? Like, if you're 20, like, yeah, man, I think you should take, acid or shrooms or whatever. But if you're not, like, please. And that's what I mean. Like, I say that right there, and someone's gonna listen to this and be like, well, if I'm 17, I'm fine. And like, yeah, but just wait, man. Just wait. You got a lot of life left to do. All right, you got a lot of living left to do. Just hold up. All right, just hold up. Anyways, I really do want to talk about this though, because I was so happy for him. So like, he kind of like me, but not really. Like, a lot of his friends had done it, and he was just always kind of like, yeah, it's not really for me. And he kind of like got out of that like group of friends and just started like hanging out with other guys. And he always like kind of thought like the same thing, like drugs are bad. And he saw a lot of people like get into those kinds of drugs and then turn into things worse. So like, that was like a really big concern for him. Just kind of like, the concern, like, if you take shrooms, the next thing will be coke, and then, like, you'll be fucked. And that was kind of like his thing, like, like, I don't know. But he was kind of just at a weird point in his life. He's like, I think I need to experience this. I need to, like, be at a perspective. So he took it the other night, and, like, he said it was, like, just, kind of like I don't want to, like, get into his life a lot, but, like, just kind of talking about how he's in a weird point in his life, just a lot of stuff going on, and he said it was, like, just, like, such, like, he kind of said, like, what happened, like, he was able to think clearly and objectively about his own life. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you think about yourself, like, you think, like, oh, this is what I'm like, but you can't really think objectively because you can't think clearly. Like think about someone that you saw today. Think about, like, how you looked at them, and you're like, okay, that's, like you can't look at that person the same way you look at yourself, because there's just, like, there's kind of, like, a bias, right? And he was just kind of talking about how, like, it was the first time he was able to kind of objectively look at himself and just kind of, like, get a little reset. Like, he said he felt a little bit reset afterwards. Like, he kind of just took a step back from his life and kind of reevaluate some shit. And, like, I just kind of wanted to talk about that because I've talked about it a lot on the podcast, and, like, I'm just really happy for him. Like, it was, like I said, like, I don't think these drugs are for everyone, but, like, for those that are looking to take it to maybe better themselves or just kind of get a perception on their own lives, like, it was such a great thing to hear, like, just the way he talked about it, because I had done all this research, and it was like, like, I think this is what it does, and to get kind of, like, a confirmation from someone from the same mentality as me, it was like, that's awesome, man. Like, good for you. Like, I'm happy. So yeah, like, that's just a little thing I wanted to throw in there. Like I said, psychedelics are something. I'm gonna just Google psychedelic. What's the definition? No, not the definition. I'm not gonna Google it. I mean, if you have any thoughts about it or something, like, I mean, it's something that I think, I mean, you can't die from it, right? So it's not, like, a really dangerous drug in that sense, but it's a very, what's the word? Like, it can be really mind opening, and that can be really bad for some people that just, aren't ready for that. If you don't want to change your mind process, you don't want to, like, better yourself, it can be hard, right? So, like, I'm just, like, I talked about this so freely on the podcast before, and, like, whoever made that point on my episode, like, I really thank you, because, like, I did not even think about the thought that, like, I just, like, could possibly be telling a lot of people to try psychedelics or weed specifically was the one I was talking about in that. But honestly, the SmithSquad podcast is probably, actually, I was looking at my demographics because I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about this, and I realized that, like, over 80% of the people who watch this are over the age of 18, at least according to YouTube demographics, so probably, like, 70%. But yeah, like, if you're an adult, I mean, that's your decision to make, and you go ahead and you do. But I just really, like, I genuinely want to stress the fact, like, if you're young, like, it's just something not for you. So I don't know, guys. That's SmithSquad Podcast. Weird episode, eh? We went from, like, business about YouTube, talked about, like, perfect girls and stuff, talked about a little bit of drugs, and I, like, just, yeah, I don't know. I hope that was a chill episode for you guys. I'm actually feeling a lot better now. This always feels so better at the end of this. We'll be back next week, hopefully with a big guest. I'm not going to say anything, but we're going to try to go for a pretty big guest next week. So no guarantees, but fingers crossed. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed that. That was episode 39 of the SmithSquad Podcast. We'll be coming back at you with 40 next week. You guys have yourself a great day, and I'll talk to you next time. Love you.